and couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah, I mean his deck seems pretty cool. He's got he has 4 Grave Titan, 4 Primeval Titan, 1 Massacre Worm. Yeah.
Go big or go home in his case. I mean, he's got Black Sun Zenith, Green Sun Zenith, tributes to Hunger, Spear of the Suns, go for the throats.
And, you know, one problem that I have with Steven's deck is he doesn't have any Cavern of Souls, and he's playing 8 Titans.
Yep.
Not 1 Cavern.
Yep. I mean, even his sideboard has some options with Glissa. You know, he's got Karn, Wormcoil Engine.
Especially now, I mean, when you're playing against the Delver deck, you know, your turn 4 Titan, when you have a Cavern of Souls, that's about it.
Yeah.
You know. But when you don't,
no, especially,
you know, it's dangerous. It's not only is it not just a game win, but
you know, he's got 3 Mana Leaks in his hand. With a Cavern of Souls, those Mana Leaks do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's successful. Steven mulls to 5 and is on the play. Oh, that is not good for his deck.
No, that's especially bad for a ramp deck. Ramp decks do not mulligan well, and you know that's been one of their big problems in these like long, deep tournaments. If you're going to FNM, the ramp deck is probably the highest winning percentage deck. But when you have to make your way through a big tournament like this, you're going to mulligan a lot.
Well, it looks like he's got 2 forests, a Spear of the Suns, which we'll see right now.
Yeah, and his opener's not that bad. For a 5-card hand, you could do much worse.
Yeah, Tribute to Hunger, Ratchet Bomb.
That's not to say his hand is good, though. And that's the problem with the ramp deck is you need to draw both halves of your deck. You need to draw the ramp, and you need to draw the fatties. And when you mulligan, you either don't have enough ramp to make it to the fatties fast enough, or you just don't even have the fatties.
Well, I think right now, if Eric can get out any of his cards early against him, I mean, he already knows that he's going to have a significant advantage. Now, the Tribute to Hunger is available if he gets another land, but...
Yeah, I mean, he can cast the Tribute to Hunger, but it's not, it's only going to kill 1 guy.
It looks like he pulled a Surgical Extraction there.
I mean, that's an interesting card to slide into a matchup like this. Eric, going to go down to 16 here. Put a Porcelain Legionnaire on the table. Porcelain Legionnaire, you know, there's a card that I expected to see more play than it has.
Yeah.
I know it's seen a good amount of play, but it's a 3-power first striker for 2 mana that any deck can play. That's really insane. Tribute to Hunger comes down. And Steven going to gain a little bit of life.
Oh, Surgical Extraction.
It's a very aggressive Surgical.
Is he going to go for the... Oh, he's going for the Porcelain Legionnaires. All right.
See, and you know, I just don't get it. Like, why do you not wait till your opponent's draw step to Surgical Extraction them? Like, if Eric's top card is a Porcelain Legionnaire, then he just lost... Like, Steven just lost a ton of value.
Well, it looks like Mana Leak, Active Aggression, Delver, a land... I'm not 100% sure what the second card is there.
Spectral Flight.
Oh, Spectral Flight, okay. Yeah, I've seen that sprinkled in once in a while, Spectral Flight.
It's an interesting choice.
Well,
I mean, it's especially interesting because he does not have Invisible Stalker in his deck.
But it can also make his Delver actually do something early if he isn't drawing it, but he wouldn't do that anyways. Yeah. Well, what creature would he put it on?
Putting it on a Geist is pretty insane.
Yeah. It's very hard to stop 1 4/4 flyer, nevertheless 2.
Especially the Hexproof mechanic.
Yeah.
And now this is, again, it's a little odd. When you're using a card like Surgical Extraction,
yeah,
cast it during your opponent's draw step. Also, like, just signing in Gitaxian Probe, Surgical Extraction against Delver, and not using it when they Snapcaster Mage is a recipe for disaster.
Well,
you're just throwing away a card. Like right now, Steven just mulliganed to 4, not 5. He just had Surgical Extraction and didn't get 1 card out of Eric's hand. He got a card out of Eric's graveyard. You know, he coffin purged him.
yeah, what good does that do him?
Didn't do anything for him.
He's still not drawn another land, so he is still stuck on 3. Ratchet Bomb? Yep. Yeah,
And that's pretty good here, but Eric's got a mana leak, and at this point, Eric's happy to just trade 1 for 1 all day because Steven mulliganed to 5 and then used Surgical and didn't get a card out of Eric's hand, so basically a mulligan to 4.
Yeah, and now with the fact that he's not drawing any of his other colors at all, and he's, you know, it spears down to 2, his options are gonna start really going down quickly. He desperately needs all land. Yep.
Finds a Glimmer Post.
But okay, Glimmer Post gives him a life. It doesn't give him any of his other colors.
Yeah, and again, that's, you know, it's a little odd to play the Glimmer Post, and that's, you know, it's good when you have Primeval Titan and your mana's already fine, because a lot of the time what you're worried about when you're Primeval Titaning is that you get killed the turn you cast it. All right, the Snapcaster Mage comes down. Shaxian Probe. Flips up this Delver.
Yeah, now he's swinging for 5.
And potentially more with the Spectral Flight. His opponent's at 21, so just as Primal Titan. So I think what he does is he casts Spectral Flight on Snapcaster Mage, and that makes him attack for 7 a turn. And 21 is divisible by 7, so much better to be attacking for 7 than for 5.
And he's got no threat in his hand. Steven has nothing in his hand to stop him.
Yeah.
The Primeval Titan's not going to do anything, and he's not going to be able to get to that. Well, he could get to that mana, but it's not going to matter. He's on a 3-turn clock.
Yeah. So Eric's going to cast a Spectral Flight on this Snapcaster Mage, and that changes his, just that extra 2 damage a turn. Changes his clock from a 3-turn clock, or from a 5-turn clock to a 3-turn clock. And you know, that's one of the reasons why Delver is so hard to play. It's all about this type of math.
Not many times I would expect to see a Snapcaster Mage. He's gonna Surgical Extract him again.
Does he actually have a Surgical in hand again?
Yes, he does.
Oh man, he sided in.
Yeah, he sided in.
Yeah, don't do
one.
that, guys, at home. Not a good call. It's just, Surgical Extraction is not a very good card unless your opponent is actively trying to reanimate something or, you know, abusing their graveyard. Like if you're playing against Freets, Surgical Extraction is awesome.
Oh,
but against Delver, not so much.
Okay, another 7.
Yeah, and now Steven, 1 more turn for him to be alive.
Yeah, and he's got active aggression, so even if you would put...
Even if he draws the land for the Titan.
So what?
He's just dead anyway.
Yeah, he's got nothing to stop flying. It's over.
And that's it. Eric Prem. Another Delver deck in the top 8, and just like that, you know, we're seeing Delver, you know, come back to dominance.
Yeah, everybody talked about it going away because of last week, and now suddenly here